Hello YouTube, this is Peep Reviews. I will be doing movies today. The three movies I have picked to review are The Interview, Big Eyes, and Birdman. I'm starting off with The Interview with Seth Rogen, James Franco, classic with the stoner movies. This movie, although it was typical of what these two actually make together, for the controversial part, it was pretty stupid. Like, I really don't see what the big deal was. I mean, with everything that we watch nowadays, we've become pretty desensitized to the racism, sexism, so on and so forth. I thought this movie, although it was pretty racist, had a lot of sexism in it as well. So, coming from that perspective, personally, I thought the storyline was lacking. Basically, the main character, I really didn't like the actual character, which is David Skylark. He plays a talk show host and just overall jackass, but I really didn't connect to that character in any way, shape, or form, which is James Franco's character. Seth Rogen, on the other hand, was a producer of the talk show, and I related more to his character because he's actually based in reality versus the other character who is way out there, just living large, all that type of crap. One of my biggest issues with this movie is just the overall jokes that were made. I thought they could have done a much better job in that department, making people laugh without the stupidity. They could have had a lot more clever jokes put in here, but it seems like that it's just falls along that line of stupid comedy. Personally, one of the biggest scenes that I hated was the finger biting scene that is in this movie. I thought, there's two people sitting here with guns. He's biting off your fingers. You think you would have shot him by now. But none of that happened. Although I think the movie it could have used some things. I'm not sure how many scenes in the movie actually got deleted out of it, but when it comes out on DVD, if it comes out on DVD, I might give it another chance looking through the deleted scenes to see if there was actually, more of that clever comedy that I'm looking for, that I'm kind of used to when it comes to comedy, because I'm a very big fan of comedy, which is, the stoner comedy, the stupid comedy, regular comedy, intellectual comedy. I love it all. But this one I would give probably a 3 out of 5 stars, just for the fact that the jokes, they could have been better. The storyline could have been much better. For half the movie I wasn't laughing, so that's why it gets the 3 out of 5. Moving on to the next movie that I watched, which was Big Eyes, which was produced by Tim Burton. I love all of Tim Burton's, whatever he does, I love it. Very smart when it comes to cinematics and stuff like that. But this movie, it takes place in the late 50s and 60s with a woman named Margaret Keane, who she is an artist that she produces these pieces of children that have very big eyes. That's the title. But the explanation behind why she made such big eyes was very interesting. When she was younger, she was deaf for a part of her childhood, I guess. Well, let's see what the story goes. But so she found herself often staring, which is why she likes to draw those beautiful big eyes. Basically, the story starts off, these two fall in love, which is, they get married, Margaret Keane and Walter Keane. It starts off with a misunderstanding in how basically Walter Keane is trying to advertise their art. He puts them side by side in a nightclub. He rented the space to put them there. Someone bought one night and he didn't bother correcting them. And that's where it went from there. I thought the storyline was very climactic. The cinematics in it were amazing, beautifully done. I loved every bit of it. I basically fell in love with the character of Margaret Keane. I thought that, as an artist myself, I relate a lot to her, and I mean, if someone did the same thing to me that happened to her, I would be very, very heartbroken. You know, I put a lot of my emotions into stuff that I do, and coming from an artist perspective, it would just be horrible to have that happen. I don't see how she kept that for so long. I mean, I absolutely loved this movie. I would definitely recommend this movie. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It is a very beautifully done movie. It just captures you and just drags you in. The last movie that I watched was Birdman with Michael Keaton. It also has Zach Galifianakis in it and Edward Norton. All amazing, amazing roles going on. But basically you're following the life of the main character, which is Michael Keaton. He is a actor who is known for playing a superhero, which I thought was amazing considering Michael Keaton, he played Batman. It's a big role, it's hard to basically top it, and then you get that same feeling with the character that he's portraying in this movie, which is really great. Basically what he's trying to do is enhance his performing abilities. He wrote a Broadway show, and he wants people to basically fall in love with it, as he has. He's trying to basically live down that role of Birdman and have people say, oh, hey, you're the one that wrote this, it was amazing, but all he gets is, you know, you're that superhero, and you'll forever be that superhero to me. And I thought it was very well done. The cinematics in this was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Beautiful picture, just beautiful acting, amazing. Edward Norton in this movie was also insanely awesome. He never lets me down in any picture that he's in. This man is just amazing when it comes to acting. And I think Zach Galifianakis, this is the first serious role, more so, that I've seen him in. But it was awesome. I thought he did a very good job. Very believable. And it was just very interesting. More so along the storyline, Michael Keaton's character, I really liked his character, but the struggles that he had going on made it a little bit harder for you to relate to him, and the fact that he's becoming disconnected with the world around him. Being a famous actor, he had no idea about, like, the social media and what was going on there. So, like, the Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of that stuff. He just didn't really connect with it, really care for it. He had a failing relationship with basically everybody around him, which is also very troubling, very hard thing to deal with. But basically, this movie, I would give it a 5 out of 5. So I definitely recommend this movie to anybody that wants to see a good movie starring Michael Keaton with a relatable Batman role. One thing that I do like about all three of these movies is they are, in a sense, basically relatable. Birdman and The Interview take place in our time period. Very relatable with that. With the here and now, with the popular, celebrities and stuff that we're actually seeing, and we can actually go, hey, I heard that song yesterday, it's still famous, kind of deal. With Big Eyes, it was in the 50s and 60s, but still very relatable, as in the people and the emotions and stuff like that. Basically, I really enjoyed watching all of these movies, although I would rate them as Big Eyes, Birdman, and then The Interview. Just because they're more serious movies, and then leave it off with the comedy. Definitely recommend, again, to see these. If you want to discuss with me anything that I've talked about in this video, you can leave it in the comments. Always comment, rate, subscribe, and I will do more review videos in the future, probably 3 at a time again. But thank you for watching.